Good morning. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live recorded, and hopefully we do not crash today. If we do, please let me know in the chat immediately. You guys are awesome. Mr. Dan R. I saw that comment, you bastard. All right. I know we had hiccups, but I think I figured it out. It was in Streamlabs. I actually made a short yesterday, so hopefully we're good to go. I wiped out my entire PC yesterday. All right, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, where it's at. Jamie Dimon, Elizabeth Warren, they both suck. They hate crypto, right? So we're gonna watch some things along the lines of more or less talking about Jamie Dimon. He actually was in front of like I forget actually what he did, what interview it was, but regardless, he talked to like people in Congress and stuff. And if this mining rig behind me gets loud, I can kind of hear it a little bit. If you guys can hear it, let me know and I'll shut it down. But I have started mining again, and yeah, anyways, we're gonna talk about Jamie Dimon stuff, Elizabeth Warren stuff, and Solana's been going absolutely nuts right now. So let's see who's in the chat and then we'll go from there. Mr. Chris Hanley, good morning. All set. What's up, buddy? We have Leo Lustig, Chris Freeman, Rob Mines, Carl Koch, good to see you. Rud Puts, happy Friday, my man. Mr. Crypto KJ, thank you for helping me with my rigs the other day. We have Mining Meister, Gaming with Smokey Dan, my man. Everybody else I may have missed, I appreciate you. Steven Cicero and Mr. Max Voltage. All right, let's get into this. Let's see what we're looking like today for the market. Bitcoin 43,715 looks pretty good, healthy as hell. We have 2361 Ethereum. Hell yeah, super excited about that. I still do have my bags of ETH. We have Dogecoin almost 10 cents again. Look at this, ADA is at 52 cents, up 19.54%. Solana is at $73, 14.17% up today. Kaspa is still holding at 13 cents, 13.2, 1.48% up. Let's see, Uniswap, is that what this is? $6.45, not too bad. Let's see, Maddox at 87 cents, pretty good. What's this? OP, what's OP? Optimism, $2.13. Neat. Oh look, as soon as I go back, all these stupid ads pop back up. All right, let's check out crypto bubbles over here. Let's look at the week first. What? Look at this bonk coin. This is a meme coin, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. I don't know why were we talking about this the other day? I cannot remember for the life of me. You guys know, please let me know, and don't mess with me, dumpster fire. All right. No, honestly, it wasn't Windows, by the way. It wasn't Windows. All right, bonk. This is up 231%, 83 for ranking. It's in the top 100. It moved 103 ranks. That's crazy. I wish I got in on buying that. Ordi, we have 60, rank 60. It's up 52 ranks. That's crazy. 146% on the week. BTT is up 124 on the week. Those are the biggest top three that I've seen anyways. All right, let's check out the top day. Bonk is up 36%. Wow, on the day. That's crazy. BTT is up 34.1%. Let's see, actually. So it's up 18 ranks today. And for the week, it's up 103 ranks. That's crazy. That's crazy. I got some bonk yesterday. Nice. Where did you buy it, actually? Let me know where you bought it. That'd be kind of a good thing to know. But everything else looks pretty good. All right, I'll just make sure I wasn't freezing because these bubbles are moving a little bit slow. All right, let's check out the fear and greed index as we always do. 72 greed is the fear and greed index. Again, usually typically around 75 or so. That's when we start really getting nervous about it. Top 10 coins by coin market cap over on CoinGecko. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, XRP, Solana, USDC, Lido Staked, Ether, Cardano, and Dogecoin. Let's see. Dude, this rig behind me is getting kind of loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I can like hear it like whining. That's not okay. It's bothering me. Let's see. You could swap Solana for bonk on Jupiter. Oh, okay, Carl Coat. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. We have Litecoins in 19th place. Shiba's in 18th. We have Bitcoin Cash in 21st. And Kaspa is down to 29th. Under $3 billion market cap now. Probably because everybody's FOMOing into this Carlson stuff, right? But hey, it'll come back eventually. Dan R says I can't hear it. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys can't hear it because I can, and it's annoying the crap out of me. All right, let's get into the mining segment of stuff. Checking out the ASICS over here. We have the Windminer K9 still on the top. 10.3 terahashes mining Kaspa. $171 a day. Again, this was like closer to 300 like a month ago. Not even. We have the Ice River KS3. $131 a day. We have the Ice River KS3M. $96 a day. The KS2 is making $32 a day, and the KS1 is only making $16 a day. That is brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Let's check out the KS0 Pros. Since mine have yet to arrive, I'll just go F myself, you know. Oh god, it's aggravating. KS0 Pros, 200 gigahashes at 100 watts, 25 Kaspa a day, $3.23 a day. I got 5 of them because it was as cheap. It was actually cheaper than the KS1, and it's 100 less watts running 5 of these versus the KS1, and it just makes more sense. It'll be easier to sell in the long run. That's why I did it. But I might just flip them on eBay because eBay prices are absurd. People are FOMOing in, and yeah, I could probably just, like, you know, I could double down easily. 100% return, no problem. KSO, the original 100 gigahash, is making $1.57 a day. Let's see real quick. We have, oh, where's the Jazz Miner actually? Where is that? What are we looking like today on that thing? Jazz Miner X16Q making the most on ETHW and ZIL. $6.34 a day. That's actually, it seems like it's went up. ETHW must be pumping a little bit. Interesting. The X4Q over here, Octaspace, still the most profitable on it, $1.63 a day. Again, this is at 10 cents kilowatt hour. Let's see, and the KS0 can run 120 volts and the KS1 cannot. Yes, sustainable crypto, 100% right. They're still running. They're running like champs, literally right here next to me on the floor. My mining ring's behind me. Like, this studio is just, there's shit all over the floor. I'm glad you guys can't see it. It would be terrible. Anyways, all right, let's check out, actually, this is my mining rig now. I got my A2000 rig back up in mining. We have 6.374 gigahashes on this Carlson hash. I'm just going directly to Trade Ogre, and I am 100% going to be just swapping this out immediately. So it's going to swap right to Bitcoin. Whatever. If it's worth it, it's worth it. We're going to see what we can yield in a day. So this rig is amazing. I might end up throwing a 13th card on it. My A4000. That's in the trailer, actually. I got it in my server. So I might take that out and throw it in here today. We'll see. It depends, but 40, 45, 46 watts, or 48 watts is the highest here. They're all 531 mega hashes. Shout out to Rondi for the overclocks. Big shout out to him. But yeah, this is crazy. It's working good. Can't really complain. 70% fans. Nothing too crazy. All right, guys, let's get into the news stuff. So we have Bitcoin rally, what you need to know. Let's start here, CNBC television, and we're going to get into, again, a bunch of Jamie Dimon BS, a bunch of Elizabeth Warren BS. So it's going to be exciting, I guess. Let's see what CNBC television has to say. Let's do it.
Meantime, another 52-week high for Bitcoin today, hitting almost 45,000. As with previous rallies, it seems that everyone wants a piece. Bob Bassani joins us with a look at how people are trying to get in on the action. But first, let's begin with Kate Rooney for more on what's driving this rally. Kate?
Hey, Kelly, so it's been a lot of excitement around a Bitcoin ETF or a spot ETF. It would track the actual price of Bitcoin versus the futures price. There has been a lot of hype, a lot of speculation that the SEC is going to approve this. There's 9 or so applications out there from everyone from BlackRock to Fidelity. So the excitement here is around the biggest asset managers in the world getting involved. So it's seen as this stamp of legitimacy and stamp of approval, and then it would also theoretically expand access to cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin in particular. And then there's another dynamic. So that kind of lit the fuse, Kelly, and that's what got some of the price movements above, 30,000, for example. But then there's another dynamic here, which is leverage. So especially in these markets in Asia, I'm told you get what amounts to sort of a short squeeze. People had bet against Bitcoin in this case. Then you see these massive liquidations and these massive positions get wiped out. That is most likely what we're seeing in the last couple weeks or so. You saw the price climbing to 40,000 and then just this massive spike to almost 45,000. So that is more likely one of these big, what you would call whales in these markets, liquidating a position versus just retail interest. So you saw about $90 million, for example, of liquidations yesterday alone. That indicates that it's some of the bigger institutional players in these markets versus retail interest, which has still been
Oh, captions bothering you? I was wondering what you're talking
muted.
about.
It's risen, in the last month or so, but it's still far below what we saw in the height of 2021 and even last year, Kelly.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what's annoying? Every time I open a new browser, the captions come on automatically.
Thanks, Kate. Now, Bob, how do you see it?
Well, look, number one, there's no doubt that interest in a Bitcoin ETF is what's driving these right now up. Here's the problem. We have seen this phenomenon before. So, for example, companies going in the S&P 500, their prices often go up in anticipation they're going in. Whenever you have the idea that there might be an expansive new market, people tend to try to front-run the price and move it up a little bit. We saw this with ETFs. Cybersecurity ETFs were hot 4 or 5 years ago. They drove up the price of cybersecurity stocks and subsequently underperformed. So I'm wondering whether or not they're sort of now, this is the demand phase of this, and we'll see what happens once the Bitcoin ETF, and I agree with Kate, it's probably inevitable we'll get a Bitcoin ETF. What's happening here that's interesting is if you look at Grayscale, they have funds out there that are essentially closed-end funds that are trading at premiums and discounts to various crypto assets that's been trading at a discount to Bitcoin recently. But what's interesting here is that there's only a very limited amount of Bitcoin in these funds here, in the Bitcoin fund itself, 640,000. They don't change that number. And so people who are piling into that, the price has to change, but it trades at a discount or a premium to Bitcoin. And this is the problem with some of these funds that are out there right now and why you want to have a Bitcoin ETF, because if you have one, then you can adjust how much Bitcoin you actually have in the fund and have it track the price of Bitcoin accurately. And that's
I didn't know that, actually. They can increase the amount of Bitcoin that they hold with the ETFs, and that's the entire reason behind it. That makes sense.
If there's any reason to finally figure out a way to get this Bitcoin ETF going, it's to eliminate these problems with discounts and premiums for some of these closed-end type funds that exist out there.
Real quickly, Kate, we also see shares of Robinhood popping. So this seems to be again, back to the future. It's 2021 all over again. Anytime Bitcoin's up, Robinhood's up too.
Yeah, it feels that way, Kelly. So one of the things that's helping Robinhood, they had a disclosure this week that showed 75% volume growth in terms of crypto volume, at least on their platform. One of the things analysts are pointing out is that something like a Bitcoin ETF would disproportionately benefit Robinhood. They've got that younger group of traders, they've got this crypto offering, and they've got equities alongside that. So if there's a Bitcoin ETF, you got to trade it on a platform, brokerage platform, versus a Coinbase, for example. If you compare those two charts, Robinhood's been up about 9% today. Mizuho estimated that Coinbase, yes, they've seen some trading volume growth, but it's only around 60% versus 75% from Robinhood. Yeah. And Coinbase is listed on a partner here as sort of the custody provider, but anything that would threaten their trading volume, anything that would threaten that retail trading, that they get about 3% of a fee on that, is not seen as good news for Coinbase. So the share is pretty much flat there, but Robinhood getting a boost.
And remember, Robinhood gets paid on payment for order flow, so they would benefit because these ETFs would trade on exchange, obviously.
Great point.
Yep, good point. Shout out to CNBC. All right, continue CNBC. I'm concerned by Jamie Dimon's view on crypto. This is with Anthony Scaramucci. Let's get into this. Guys, that like button, I hate asking, but I have to for YouTube's sake. Appreciate you all.
Will the government ever control crypto? Will the government ever destroy crypto? Let's bring in Anthony Scaramucci on this, founder of Skybridge Capital. Anthony, you think there is some small chance that the government shuts down crypto effectively?
I don't know if you guys heard that. So Jamie Dimon did come out and say, like, if I was the government, I would shut down crypto. And if you guys don't know, what is he, the owner of JP Morgan, if I'm not mistaken?
Listen, so many things that have happened that are unexpected, Brian, you know, and I've been in the Wall Street long enough. Anything you think that cannot happen ends up happening. So I don't want to rule anything out, but the decentralized mechanisms of Bitcoin make it
the CEO of Chase, my bad.
Possible for the government to destroy. As an example, the Communist Chinese Party, the Communist Party in China decided to ban Bitcoin and ban Bitcoin mining. 10% of the mining takes place in China, 15% of the transactions take place in China. So, you know, I don't see that happening. Having said that, I understand Senator Warren's view. I'm a little troubled and concerned by Jamie's view. I think he's one of the smartest people in financial services. So one would have to ask a follow-up question to...
Yeah, it's the same thing. JP Morgan Chase Bank.
To Jamie Dimon about the role that JP Morgan is playing in the cryptocurrency space, the JP Morgan coin, the research that they're doing, which is very bullish on Bitcoin itself. And so there's a lot of things going on underlying at JP Morgan that contradict what the CEO is saying. And maybe at some point someone will ask him that and why there is that contradiction. But I don't see Bitcoin going anywhere. And remember, there are billions of people around the world that are underbanked or unbanked. Brian, and they want this asset, and this asset is proliferating in places like Africa and South America. So very, very hard to kill an asset like that. But I hear you, and the market is climbing the wall of worry. I guess it's up 130+% this year.
Real quick, so if you guys don't know, I think it was, when was it? Was it back in 2021 when Jamie Dimon tweeted, if I catch anybody that's purchasing crypto, they'll be fired from this company, yada, yada, if I'm not mistaken. And then he was freaking buying, or his company was buying Bitcoin in the background. So it's all market manipulation. Like all these big guys, all they do is talk shit and then they're buying it. That's, you know, part of the course, I guess.
What do you think the government is afraid of? Just losing control, losing money? I know most people in Congress somehow become millionaires. Are they just worried about losing the power in some way?
Well, I mean, there's a theory behind that. I don't really see that as much as that it's somewhat misunderstood. I mean, the great irony about Senator Warren, she's supposedly a progressive and a liberal, and she's a champion for the people that are impoverished or the lower middle class. And Bitcoin is a mechanism that actually helps them. It helps them in so many different ways. First of all, it's the best performing asset over the last 15 years. But if you can get the network scaled, and it will eventually scale, it will lower transaction costs for these people and give them the opportunity to have banking-like products and services without banking-like fees. And so I think there's a slight threat there. But listen, she knows, and so does Mr. Dimon. They know that fraud takes place all over the world. It takes place mostly in U.S. dollar, unfortunately. Yeah. And guys like Mike Morell, the former CIA director, have written white papers explaining that because of the transparency of the blockchain, it's very easy to capture criminals on the blockchain. So I know that that story has been used about how it's used on the dark web and it's used for ransomware, but we know cases that have been solved by the FBI tracking cryptocurrencies and getting them back from people. So we'll see what happens. We're bullish. We have a fairly large position in Bitcoin. We rode that position into the ground in 2022. We stayed in. Didn't we all? It added to the position, and we're having a very good year this year. And I think it's a message to people: stay the course. Don't let this sort of fear. Hey, well, diamond hands, iron hands, whatever you want to call them. Just stay in there and don't let people dissuade you if you think the fundamentals are correct.
Don't panic.
Story in the New York Post, accurate that you're putting money into unicorn firms after making all this money in crypto. Confirm it.
Yeah, listen, I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about all that publicly because it's not a registered fund for the retail investors, but we do have what we're calling a recovery fund where we are buying into businesses that are not yet public that may have dropped in valuation but have very good fundamentals from last year. So, but that fund, I guess I can talk about it because we've raised the fund already. But the Post, they
Post,
listen,
how about
I don't
this,
know.
Anthony?
I'm a little worried about that article. That could be a sign of a top. They were writing about me at the bottom. I'm a little worried.
But it sounds like a thumbs up on the story.
Oh, God. All right. Well, I don't know. That just ended really abruptly. Shout out to Mr. Dan R. Appreciate you, buddy, for the $2 super chat. He said Flux to $3.32. Here we go. What's Flux at? I have to look now. Now you got me all worried about it. What's it at? Let's see. Oh, God. That was way too loud. Didn't mean to do that. Flux, what are we looking like? 60 cents. Look at that. Nice. Hell yeah. Dude, it's so nice to see these coins coming back. It is so nice to see things coming back. It really is. That's awesome. Shout out to the Flux team. Hopefully everything is going well. All right, let's get back into this. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon has been consistently wrong on Bitcoin. Let's check it out, guys. That like button. Appreciate you all. Let's do it.
Jamie Dimon suggesting to the Senate Banking Committee that cryptocurrencies should be banned. Meanwhile, the price
oh my God, actually, hold on. Before we get into that, I'm sorry. Hivemapper, I totally forgot to check the honey token. Mr. Mad Electron made $1,000 in a week with his 2 Hivemappers, so $500 a piece. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. Oh my God, it's at 19. What? It's at 19 cents. Why is nobody telling me this? I'm going to drive right. All right, we're killing the stream. Sorry guys, I gotta get the hell out of here. I gotta go drive around in circles for no reason. All right, guys, make sure you guys are cashing out. Don't be moon boys, all right, or girls. Cash out. Take profits.
The Bitcoin soaring more than 150% this year, and more recently topping now $44,000. Right now it's about $43,226 on hopes of a future ETF. At least that's part of the calculus. Maybe the calculus being that the Fed is going to lower interest rates and sort of easy money policy and what that means. Mike Novogratz is here, Galaxy founder, CEO, and chairman. Let's go straight to the Jamie Dimon of it all. You watched that, you heard him say that, and you thought what to yourself?
He keeps doubling down and he keeps being wrong. What surprises me is so many of Jamie's clients, right? Some of the wealthiest guys in America, Abby Johnson at Fidelity, Jeff Yass, Stan Druckenmiller, Ray Dalio, big investors all believe that Bitcoin is a store of value. We see it in our client base. Our trading desk has been busy with hedge funds buying. We see it in institutions buying. And so I don't know where Jamie gets off thinking that he's smarter than all those guys. It's the epitome.
He's also spoken out against carried interest, and most of his clients happen to be beneficiaries of that and enjoy that and think it's a great idea as well. So,
carried interest is kind of tax policy, and I actually kind of agree with Jamie on carried interest. So it's very different on saying what has value, right? I think it's supreme arrogance to think he knows what has value, but all the rest of the people don't. And quite frankly, he's just been proven wrong. Bitcoin has way outperformed JP Morgan stock over 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, you name the period. People around the world believe in this. They believe in the community, the ecosystem. They see governments spending too much money, not just here in the US, but everywhere, and think you're going to debase fiat currency. And so, the story has kind of already been argued and won. When Larry Fick went on your show and said, I think you're going to see Bitcoin in all portfolios, I think, it was kind of game over.
Well, the game hasn't in some ways begun yet because Larry Fink is not able to even offer Bitcoin yet to his clients for the most part. So let's talk about that piece of it. Where do you think the SEC is? How much do you think actually what Jamie Dimon's saying was an effort to stymie or to slow down or to make the SEC rethink wherever it may be if you think that the winds are shifting in your favor, for example? I was trying to get in his head yesterday about why he's doing this, right? Pandering to Elizabeth Warren maybe so she doesn't come down hard on banks. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of sense. Listen, the SEC is going to approve a Bitcoin ETF, and they're going to do it soon. All our indications is that's going to happen. There are 7 or 8 really credible players. People have been saying that with great certainty now for the last 12 months. And by the way, we're saying that with great certainty 2, 3, 4 years ago.
No, I think things shifted and they shifted, and we can tell just by our own application with the type questions that come back where you are in that process.
But Mike,
they shifted because they lost a court case.
Let me ask you this, Mike. There are going to be people who are watching us who are going to say Mike Novogratz is talking his book. He's got so much money invested in this stuff. It's got to work for him. And then there's other people who might say Jamie Dimon's talking his book. I will say I'm deferring. No, I'm not deferring that I'm necessarily agreeing with Jamie Dimon per se, but I don't think that he's talking his book in that I believe that this is a view he has held. You may believe it's incorrect, but I think it's a genuine view that he has.
Listen, he's been consistently wrong. I like Jamie. I actually want him to run for president. I think he's a very smart guy, but he's been consistently wrong on Bitcoin. He just has. And what he's been wrong about is the appeal continues to show up everywhere. Right? This is one of the only global assets, not just in the U.S., but in Japan and Korea. Everywhere you see people, you see Bitcoin. And, that story, it's a system of narrative, actually, right? It's the social construct between two people who say, I believe this has value, therefore it does. Very similar to gold. And that continues to percolate all over the globe.
I still can't believe he said this publicly. If I was the government, I'd shut it down. He knows they're not going to though. And dude, there's no chance this company isn't stacking bags in the background. Not a damn chance.
It's not that complicated, quite frankly.
Well,
right?
I want to make I don't know if there's an observation that's going to be interesting to you or not. So Anthony Pompliano, who I know you know well, was on the set earlier this week. And we were talking just about how much of Bitcoin today is owned both internationally, but also who the buyers are today. And one of the things that I thought was so interesting, and I don't want to misspeak about what he said, but that it was a lot of the same buyers, meaning, first of all, 70% of Bitcoin has been held for years now by the same people, and that it's the same people who keep doubling down on it. And I don't know whether you think that's actually a good sign.
I don't think that's
great
true.
loyalty to this thing, but
Listen,
I don't know if that's actually a good
Anthony.
sign.
I like Anthony, but he doesn't have a big broker dealer that's dealing with lots of clients. We're seeing a diverse client base buy this. If you just look at the public stocks, look at Marathon or MicroStrategy. I mean, Michael Saylor sold $750 million or $650 million of stock last month, and he's selling another $750 to buy Bitcoin, and his stock doesn't go down. There is an unbelievable pent-up demand with U.S. retail equity investors to get exposure to crypto. Marathon, Riot, all those stocks trade amazingly well with large volume. And so I really think there is a much broader base of people that want to own digital assets, that want to own Bitcoin, than just the few, crazy Bitcoiners that maybe Anthony was talking about.
Interesting. Shout out to Mike Novogratz and CNBC Television. All right, let's go on to CNBC Crypto World. Senator Elizabeth Warren pushes to update banking laws to include crypto. Interesting. Let's see what they have to say over here. Guys, the like button. I hate asking, but I have to. Let's do it.
Today, Bitcoin slips back
God,
below
that was loud.
$44,000. Montenegro reportedly preps to send Do Kwon back to the United States. And Brock Pierce, chairman of the Bitcoin Foundation,
Oh my
weighs
God, this is the shameless guy. He's back.
in on what's driving the cryptocurrency's recent rally.
There he is.
Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel. Crypto prices are mixed this morning, with Bitcoin taking a bit of a pause from its ongoing rally. By noon Eastern, it inched lower to just under $44,000. Ether, though, is still climbing. It was up more than 3% at $23.46, and Uniswap advanced by the same amount to $6.29. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. Montenegro is reportedly gearing up to extradite Do Kwon to the U.S. The Wall Street Journal reports that the country's top justice official has said privately that he plans to send the Terraform Labs co-founder to the U.S. to face criminal trial rather than South Korea. Do Kwon has been jailed in Montenegro since March, when he was found traveling with falsified documents. He'd been on the run since the collapse of Terra Luna in May of 2020.
Oh, they did give him a buzz cut after they captured him. He's got plenty of hair there.
CNBC reached out to the U.S. attorney in Manhattan, who declined to comment. We also reached out to Do Kwon's attorney, but haven't heard back yet. Next, Senator Elizabeth Warren joined CNBC's Squawk Box this morning to push for law enforcement of crypto. Senator Warren pointed to the Bank Secrecy Act, which tells banks to help track money laundering. She said that law, which was last updated in the wake of 9/11, now needs to account for the crypto industry.
What we need to do is we need to update it again, because there's a new threat out there. It's crypto, and it is being used for terrorist financing. It is being used for drug trafficking. North Korea is using it to pay for about half of its nuclear weapons program. We can't allow that to continue.
Senator Warren's comments come a day after big bank CEOs testified before the Senate Banking Committee, of which she's a member. In the hearing, she asked them if crypto should be subject to the same regulations as the banking system, and they all agreed it should.
She sucks. So does he.
Includes JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon, who said if he were the government, he'd close crypto down. Finally, there are a couple crypto developments in Europe you should know about. The first, France's third largest bank, Societe Generale, has launched its own stablecoin. That's according to the Financial Times, which says the bank debuted the stablecoin on.
They just try to make that sound fancy. Hold on, I gotta let her say that again. Hold on. How did she just pronounce that freaking word?
Developments in Europe you should know about. The first, France's third largest bank, Societe Generale, has launched its own
they made that so complicated to say.
Stablecoin. That's according to the Financial Times, which says the bank debuted the stablecoin on Bitstamp. The EUR convertible token will track the price of the euro, and the CEO of the bank's digital assets unit told the FT that the bank hopes the stablecoin will be used to settle digital bond trades and more. And at the same time, Robinhood is expanding in the EU. The crypto exchange launched its crypto service in the European Union, which lets users buy and sell over 25 digital currencies.
Real quick, does anybody still use Robinhood here in the chat? Let me know if you guys do. I'm interested to know. So I heard that you can get your money, like your crypto, out of the exchange now. Like they allow you to send it out. Back in the day when I got into crypto to begin with, I actually started on Robinhood and you couldn't withdraw your funds to like a separate wallet. So that's why I stopped using them. But let me know if you can now.
Earlier this year, Robinhood also launched a waitlist
so
for
loud.
UK customers to begin stock trading in 2024. All right.
Hell no. No, everybody's saying no. That's BS. Yes, I do. Dan R, can they take it out? Can you take out your crypto from Robinhood?
Back to prices for our main story. Bitcoin has soared more than 160% since the start of this year. Crypto World's Talia Kaplan sat down with Bitcoin Foundation Chairman Brock Pierce for his insight on what's driving prices right now.
This week, Bitcoin hit fresh highs for the year, surpassing $44,000. What do you think is the main driver behind the recent price action? Do you think it's the potential of those applications for swap?
I don't trust anybody that wears that many rings. Just saying. Mr. Crypto, Dan R said yes, you can. Okay, cool. I was just wondering. I didn't know if they changed the rules on that.
Bitcoin ETFs getting approved. Do you think that's one of the main drivers?
Well, I think there's a few drivers. One, first, what took us to the lows. That was trust, having been broken by Terra Luna, BlockFi, Celsius, FTX. And, when trust erodes, things come down. And so we had to go through that.
I like this guy. I like the fact that he advocates for Bitcoin, but I feel like he dabbles in like acid on his spare time. He looks like one of those guys.
Sort of process of correction and then eventually faith restoring as people remember the underlying premise that this technology is real and it works, and that new and better stewards and custodians will rise to fill those places where others have fallen. And then, what are the drivers that, get the markets moving again? Clearly, the ETF is something that everyone's excited about the prospects of the public being able to access it, which is less so much that as it is institutions that, due to their charters, may not be able to buy crypto. You
guys are terrible. Absolutely terrible. He goes to Burning Man. Someone said just a little meth. This is sustainable crypto. That's terrible. You guys are awful. All right. I was joking. Jesus.
Their charters require, custodial sort of services. It may have to be certain public markets, exchange, whatever.
He does sound like Steve-O, though. So bad from Jackass. So bad.
The ETF should open the market to real institutional buying, which I think is what people are excited about. And then, eventually markets can only stay down so long before even those that have been sitting on the sidelines holding dollars, eventually want to dive back in. I mean, one of my friends runs one of the biggest institutions. I'm like, why weren't you managing all my money? He sold everything at the top, and they bought everything back in at the bottom. It's like, wow, clearly I'm not the best trader. But some people, time markets very well.
So do you think this positive momentum will continue into 2024? Bernstein predicts that Bitcoin will hit $150,000 in 2025. Do you see that happening?
Well, I mean, if you look at the historical cycles, when we eventually get into one of these real bull runs, and this is looking like it, it looks like Christmas has come early. Well, actually, let's say beginning of Hanukkah. We'll credit this one to Hanukkah. The crypto community is going to be very happy, and the kids will hopefully all be receiving better gifts, more joy. And so I think that this is looking like a very real bull run. This doesn't feel like, I think that this is the next one. And every time we find ourselves in one of those bull runs, we do find all-time highs. And if it usually happens, it blows the roof off. And so, is $150,000, where we're going to end up? I have no idea. But is it possible? Certainly. And it's also possible that, we find ourselves falling again if we find another one of these terrible events. If another, call it bad actor, has done something that causes a major loss for the industry. These are the things that ultimately chill the markets and stop whatever momentum. But we've got momentum on our sides right now. Wind is at the market's back, and hopefully it takes us all the way through the holidays into next year with an all-time high, and God willing, $150,000 Bitcoin.
Do you think?
Real quick, I have to address something in the chat. So, Mr. Sustainable Crypto asked if the OC is that for your KS zeros? Is that what you're talking about? 15 minutes? Is it normal? No. It probably means that your KS0 can't handle it, or whatever OC you're trying to do can't handle that or the machine can't handle it itself. Silicon lottery. So just keep that in mind. It shouldn't take more than like 5 minutes to register. Just saying.
The SEC will actually approve those applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs. I mean, after all, we all know that SEC Chair Gary Gensler is not exactly a fan of crypto, but he did recently say that he's going to listen to his staff as it pertains to a potential spot Bitcoin ETF. And memos published last week revealed that the SEC met with asset managers BlackRock and Grayscale ahead of that much anticipated decision. And industry experts believe that we could see the launch of a spot Bitcoin ETF early next year. Do you see that happening?
Well, I certainly hope so, and I think it's long overdue. I mean, the idea that this has been attempted for a decade now.
Right.
If an ETF had been made available to the American people when Bitcoin was at $100 or $200, how much wealth would have been created for the American people? The regulators in this instance prevented the American people from being the beneficiaries of this incredible period of wealth creation, and it ended up mostly in the hands of the internationals. And so this bothers me. You know, regulation, I support sensible regulation, protect, you know, the people from bad actors and things. But I don't think what's happened here is ultimately in the best interest of America. What made America great were the capital of innovation, the American dream, entrepreneurialism, and the idea that innovation is being stifled in the US because of regulators trying to regulate by enforcement, I think is a problem. And so I hope our regulators start enforcing the law rather than trying to create law.
I want to turn to another major headline in crypto recently, that settlement between Binance and US government officials. Of course, we saw Binance's CEO step down from his role and plead guilty to charges of money laundering violations. So what was your reaction to that, and what do you think that signals to the crypto industry?
Again, I think different than what we've seen with the FTX is, I think it's one where if you're going to be a steward or a custodian of a major financial institution, even one that is part of the new economy, that you have to understand the responsibility of being in that role, right? And self-regulation. You have to understand that it is your responsibility to be responsible for our future when you're in a position of that kind of power. And for anyone that is in one of those positions, understand that. Be your best, self-regulate to the best of your ability. Clearly, you do not want things like terrorists having access to your platform. There will be consequences if you don't do that work. You can't ignore it. And fortunately, I'm quite proud of the industry's response in general. I think people are using Know Your Customer to make sure that the Hamas types are not utilizing your platforms. And so I think that's the message. I mean, CZ had done an incredible job of building a huge business. He's going to be just fine. I think he can afford a $4 billion fine. And yeah,
it was drops in the bucket to Mr. CZ.
You know, and also I think it creates an opportunity for all the other entrepreneurs and all the other people running exchanges where there'll be less concentration in one large platform. So I think the message is clear. Understand that it's an important responsibility being at the helm of a major exchange.
Expanding on that, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said that Binance failed to report suspicious transactions, including terrorism. She said that more than 100,000 transactions were detected involving terrorist groups, including Al-Qaeda and ISIS and other bad actors. And in October, the Wall Street Journal reported that Hamas militants raised millions of dollars through crypto ahead of the October 7th attack.
I hate that light they try to put crypto in because the whole Hamas thing, right? You know, it's totally unfortunate and it sucks, but let's be real. If cash, the US dollar, if that was as easy to push as crypto was or to receive as crypto was, you don't think they'd be using that? Come on, let's be real. The US dollar is 1,000% used. What do they do with the crypto as soon as they get it out? They put it into USD. I don't even know. I don't even know what else to say. It's ridiculous.
Israel. So why are terrorist groups turning to crypto, and what could be done to potentially try to stop it?
I mean, I think it's an important discussion right now, but millions out of billions is an inconsequential number. So I think it still needs to be put into perspective. But every dollar matters, right? On a relative basis, every dollar, matters. And back to the responsibility, I know CZ well. I don't think that it was his intention to allow those sorts of things to happen or to support it in any way. This is where being an upstart is difficult. Just managing a fast-growing business is very hard. A business that's expanding rapidly and things fall through the cracks, accidents happen, perhaps you weren't, doing certain things as well as you could. That's part of being young, whether it be us individually or organizations, it's similar. But that is, again, the responsibility. When you have that kind of business, it's important that you're doing everything you possibly can.
Very true. Shout out to CNBC Crypto World for that. The only thing I can say about them rings on his fingers, right? If you're ever at a casino and you're into craps is actually super fun. But if you see a guy at the table with a pinky ring, I swear to God, it's going to be a hot table. Every single time there's a dude throwing the dice with the damn pinky ring. 100% get on that table. All right, anyways, let's get into Mr. Altcoin Daily's video here. Elizabeth Warren has big plans to kill crypto. I want to see what he got here, because I couldn't find this clip. I don't know where this interview was. So let's see what he's got to say. You guys, hit that like button. Appreciate you all. Let's do it.
There's a new threat out there. It's crypto, and it is being used for terrorist financing. It is being used for drug trafficking. North Korea is using it to pay for about half of its nuclear weapons program. We can't allow that to continue.
U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren just declared war on cryptocurrency.
Dude, she was just cutting like a knife. She came out swinging.
She is doing everything in her power right now to shut down the cryptocurrency industry in the United States. Please, if you know somebody who holds...
Oh, here it is. Here it is. This guy. Oh, man, I hope he plays this clip. I hope he plays this clip. Because this is when Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan, September 12th, they forced the price of Bitcoin to fall 24%. This was such a good clip, man. I gotta find this again.
A lot of crypto. This is the video they need to see. This is what you need to show them.
Oh, he's gonna play it. Sick.
And for full context,
or maybe not.
This is her yesterday in Congress having a dialogue with the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, about just how awful cryptocurrency is. And I can't believe Jamie Dimon actually said what he says at the end.
Last year, an estimated $20 billion in illicit crypto transactions funded every kind of dangerous criminal. North Korea has funded at least half its missile program, including nuclear weapons, using the proceeds of crypto crime. And Israeli officials have confirmed that Hamas received millions of dollars through crypto transactions, including, quote, large sums from Iran. Mr. Dimon, you've been CEO of JP Morgan for almost 2 decades. Can you explain why crypto is such an attractive financial tool for terrorists, drug traffickers, and rogue nations?
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals.
This guy is so full of shit. He is so full of shit.
Drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, and that is a use case because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously.
Hold on. All right, yeah, it is somewhat anonymous. It is way more traceable than the US dollar, though. Let's be real.
Through, as you mentioned, all these systems have built up over many years. Know your customer, sanctions, OFAC. They can get bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
Okay.
Altcoin Daily audience, and again, please send this to a friend. Somebody needs to see this, I guarantee you.
And that is why I ask you guys to hit the like button, because YouTube doesn't like videos that don't have likes for some reason. So sorry for asking.
Daily audience, Bitcoin and crypto hodlers, do not be fooled.
Get these videos out there.
Understand this. Manipulation is very common on Wall Street.
100%.
And what you need to do is actually watch what they do and not just listen to whatever they say. Don't be dumb money, because if I had been watching this and if I wasn't in crypto, I would think either I need to sell my Bitcoin or I need to not get involved at all. That could not be further.
They literally do that to scare you. They do it to scare the shit out of you so you don't invest into crypto on your own. They want you to buy the ETF so they can control your Bitcoin and give you the, trust me, bro, here's an IOU. It's like the Dumb and Dumber when he spends all the money and he's got the IOUs inside that briefcase. That's what you're getting when you buy Bitcoin from the ETFs. Just saying.
from the truth. Did you know JP Morgan Chase has 10% equity ownership in Ethereum co-founder Joe Lubin's company Consensus, big Ethereum company? Did you know that JP Morgan is actually already using crypto technology to tokenize US Treasury bonds, mortgage-backed securities, and cash in the form of JPM coin, which is their private blockchain
isn't that weird?
on Ethereum?
Isn't that weird? JPM coin? Oh, he doesn't like crypto. But JP Morgan is already using crypto technology to tokenize US Treasury bonds. Like, what? Yeah, that's not shady.
Rails. And did you know, most importantly, Jamie Dimon has a history of market manipulation, flooding Bitcoin, and then behind the scenes buying Bitcoin. Check this out.
Dude, this video is it's insane. If you guys haven't seen this, literally listen to every single second and pay attention.
September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin.
Any one of them, he will fire you if he catches you buying Bitcoin.
It drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. People listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal.
That's messed up, right?
He says it's a fraud.
He says it's a fraud, and then he goes and buys it all.
Says he'll fire anyone that buys it. Yes.
And at the same time, his company is buying it.
His company is buying it.
So
scumbag.
So unethical.
And Elizabeth Warren is in cahoots with the banks. And understand, yeah, of course banks don't like Bitcoin. That's why Elizabeth Warren is working so hard for them. But taxis didn't like Uber, hotels didn't like Airbnb, stores didn't like Amazon, theaters didn't like Netflix. Doesn't mean
and nobody liked Blockbuster because it didn't make the list.
Any of these weren't revolutionary. Doesn't mean any of these went away. Let's talk about her Gary Gensler connection. We understand that Elizabeth Warren works for the banks. She's been doing the bank's bidding regarding crypto for quite some time. This is her a year ago.
Crypto is not an industry with a few scam artists operating around the fringes. Crypto is an industry that is built to favor scammers.
Elizabeth Warren works for the banks. Gary Gensler works for Elizabeth Warren. We understand that the reason why Gary Gensler has been so anti-crypto, despite previously teaching the subject at MIT and demonstrating that he actually does have an understanding of what crypto is, we understand that the reason why Gary Gensler flipped on crypto is because he does the bidding of what Elizabeth Warren wants. Political insider Anthony Scaramucci confirmed this to me.
I think he's on the political take. He's welded to her. She hates crypto. He is a representative of hers, even though he taught crypto and liked things like Algorand when he was an MIT professor.
So what is Elizabeth Warren's master plan? Obviously, we understand that the banks like to keep control, so she's doing the bidding of the banks. They want to stay in control. But besides that, in addition to that, what is she planning next? Listen to this guy very closely. I wish I knew who this guy was or what podcast this is, because he literally spells out exactly her master plan, every word of it.
Why does she... I'm trying to find that OG video. Sorry for somebody that asked in the chat. I don't know where it is, to be honest. I'd have to look for it. If I find it though later, I'll put it in the description below.
Hate Bitcoin because it's the antithesis of a central bank digital currency. And that's her long-term goal, is to implement a CBDC over time. But in order to prepare the soil for that, she has to make that soil radioactive for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And that's what she's aiming to do with her AML bill. This bill essentially would make it practically illegal for a teenager mining Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency in his mom's basement. He would have to comply with the same regulatory burdens that a bank like Goldman Sachs has to do. In other words, it would be impossible, right? It would make it illegal to practically touch cryptocurrency or Bitcoin in the United States. But that's by design. Elizabeth Warren intends to do that because if she can get regulations in place that make it impossible to do anything Bitcoin related in the US, she knows she'll drive innovation offshore. And that essentially prepares the way for a CBDC, which is what I believe she's been trying to do this whole time.
Keep in mind, and I'm thankful for, we do have politicians on our side. Here's Tom Emmer on Thinking Crypto podcast. He spells out exactly what's wrong with Elizabeth and Gary. Listen to this guy.
It seems like Gary Gensler, you know, he has Elizabeth Warren behind him. How can we slow Elizabeth Warren down? Because she seems to be the one empowering Gary Gensler.
If the Chinese government cannot shut down crypto completely, I guarantee you that in this country, Elizabeth Warren's not going to be able to do it. Neither.
I love this guy, Tom Emmer. He's great.
Is Gary Gensler. Now, we're at another growth point with digital assets, and I can understand how this is very concerning to them, because this goes right at their power. If you and I, if Tony and Tom can do business together directly without having a third-party intermediary, or better yet, not having the government in between our transaction, Tony, we're going to be empowered to do what is best for us without regard to what the government might want us to do.
Which is crazy, because he's you know, he's on the committee there.
That's the way it should be working.
I don't know, it's crazy.
Unfortunately, Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler in that world lose a lot of their power. And I think that's why they're struggling so hard to stop this.
I mean, they're even talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum in presidential primary debates now. I hope they do this for the general election as well. Guys, 2024 is going to turn into a fantastic year. I mean,
shout out to Altcoin Daily, guys. Hit that like button. Appreciate you all. All right, let's get into it. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's see. Let's check out some coins and stuff and just kind of recap things. And yeah, go from there. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. I apologize for this friggin' noise. I can hear it in the background. I don't know how you guys can't hear my microphone doing that. But man, this Hivemapper thing. So I put a pinned comment up in the, what's it called? The live chat. If you guys are interested, Hivemapper, that's, you get something off, I think, with my code, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's coupon code CCXD. But dude, this thing is killing it. And I still can't believe Matt Electron made frickin', let me go to his thing. Matt Electron Engineering. Look at this. He made a short, I think, yesterday. Where was it? We go to his channel. Was it a short? Yeah, look at this. Dude, look at this.
So go.
Oh god, loud. Hold on.
Go figure this one out. I made more this week on Hivemapper driving around in my day cab tractor trailer than I did on my regular payout from my work on a week.
That's
Let me show
crazy.
you. So as I said before, I trade out my honey
Look how much he made, bro. $1,000 in a week. He's a truck driver. That is insane.
Every week, the second they're paid out. I'm about ready to trade these out now. But I got 6,500 honey tokens
That's
for
crazy.
1,140 miles worth of reported driving from them.
Bro, I will drive in circles. I don't give a shit. That is crazy.
That's low. Usually I drive more in a week and I get about 9,000 tokens. Well, with the price being 16 cents right now, I made over $1,000 on honey in 1 week. Why don't you have your own Hivemapper? Link is down in the video description.
Yeah, you guys can use mine or Matt Electrons, but yeah, go check out Matt Electron. That's freaking crazy, man. I still can't believe that it's doing that well. Like, absurd. It makes no sense to me. I don't know why, but you know what's funny? My wife was like, I think she texted me. Or no, she said it in the live chat, I think, if I'm not mistaken. She was like, what is my life coming to? And I just saw an ad for Hivemapper on Facebook. And I don't know. Apparently they're doing some quite good advertising if they're on Facebook. It's kind of a big deal. So I don't know, man. All right, let's check out some other coins. What other coins are you guys into? Let's see. Is this Carlson coin on here yet? Oh, it is. It is 18 cents. So this is a new coin if you guys don't know. I mean, it's I was pretty skeptical on it at first. I still am, but literally I'm just gonna take the money and run. That's it. So, oh wow, they don't have anything here. So 24 hours pretty much the only thing they got. 7 days. It's only been on Trade Ogre for a couple days, so oh, it's actually only 1 day they have it. They just listed this apparently. So yeah, I mean, I can't believe it's already at 18 cents, which is kind of crazy. It's a Kaspa spinoff and it's freaking got 18 cents. What's the actually what's the market cap? Does it say? They don't know. Let's go to this. Oh, it says down here. No, say it down here. Nope. Trading volume $1 million because people are cashing it out. Interesting. That's weird, but hey, yeah, as Max would say,
this hash rate's going bonkers.
I wish I could play that when he was here, but whatever. It is what it is. Let's see. Sia coin. You guys want to look at Sia coin? All right. Sia. Man, I haven't heard of this in a while. Actually, I have a wallet somewhere. I don't know where it is though. I had to find it. Sia coin. Where did I have that wallet? Damn, I think I had a core wallet somewhere. I don't remember where though. That sucks. That's unfortunate. Actually, I think it was on my PC that I wiped out now that I think about it. God damn it. Excuse my language. That's terrible. All right. Let's see. 30 days. Had a little bit of a run up, huh? Was down 0.004, so just under a penny or whatever. It was less than half a penny rather, and now it's a little more than half a penny. So I mean, a little bit. Let's see. 90 days. Actually, let's go 180. 180. Yeah, had a decent run up, right? But what's Sia coin doing? Like, what do they do? I don't even know enough about this project, to be honest. What's the market cap? Market cap's 328 million. Not too bad. Let's check out what's this bonk? Bonk, is that what it is? This meme coin? This other Shiba bullshit. Man, just pump Shiba. Why do I have to go after these new freaking coins? Look at this boner. Jeez. That's crazy. It's jumped. Hold on. It's 6 zeros. It's up to 4 zeros now. Damn, yeah, that's a pretty good return for whoever was in it back here, man. Definitely a decent amount of money. What's the market cap? 769 million. People have way too much freaking money. People have way too much money to be putting that much into freaking shit coins. I don't get it. I don't get it. Buy bonk and you need a bonk. Says Phillips. Oh, let's see. Don't be like CCXD. Make backups of your stuff. Galaxy says yes. I only, in all fairness, unless Sia coin goes like absolutely crazy, then whatever. It is what it is. I probably lost like $2. You know what I mean? I mined it for like a week, not even. It just whatever. It is what it is. Right off the electric and take it as a loss, I guess. Chop it up as a loss. All right, let's check out Chlor. Chlor was a good one, right? Chlor AI was doing pretty good. Oh, geez. Kaspa hash rate hit 100 petahashes. Did it really? That's crazy. I have 19 cents on Chlor over here. Let's check out the 90-day. Check out the 90-day. Oh, wow. Peaked out. Hopefully DJ didn't hold it. Sell out up here? Maybe? I mean, it's still high. It's still up. I would probably hold it still, to be honest. I would still hold it. But you should definitely consider either buying more or selling out when it gets that high. Kaspa's at 13 cents. Let's see what we're looking like on a 30-day. It's been holding. Look at this. Between 12 and 14 cents. It's been steady as anything. That's crazy, right? Look at the 90-day. Mr. Rondi. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here in the chat, bud. Thanks for being here. I was just talking about this and how you helped me. Oh, I stole your overclocks. And it's actually working fantastic. These A2000s, mining Carlson, directly to the exchange. Actually, you know what? What's the minimum payout where we're mining? Regal Miner? Regal Miner over on, what is it? Hero Miners, I think. That's where we're mining to. I think it was 50. Am I wrong? Or something? I don't even know. I'm just mining directly to the exchange because I am swapping it out immediately. I'm not holding any of that. Let's see. What other coins? What other coins you want? Oh, actually, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. Two miners, Kaspa, network hash rate. Oh my god, it is 104.86 petahashes. Damn. Look at this going the month. Look at this climbing. Oh my god, that's brutal. That is brutal, and I still didn't even get my stuff yet. That's terrible. So upset. Let's see. I went in. Oh man, hold on. I gotta go to Guac. Is it GUAC? Is that what it is? It is guacamole. It's up 4.4%. Let's see. Dan R said I went in with Guac 1K when it first came out. Now I have 55K. Just took out 6K in USDC. Dan R. Holy shit. Perfect. Big PP energy for sure. That's crazy. Good for you, dude. That's great. I would never though. I just can't. I mean, listen, you gotta make money. Yeah, awesome, sick. But dude, gamble wise, that's a gamble and a half. Like, why? Why is this pumping? What does this coin do? Nothing? Is it just a meme? I don't even know. I have no idea. Market cap's 54 million. God damn. That's crazy though. That's crazy. Now look at lithium. Look at lithium. You know what? I should just be opening my trading view and showing you guys that. Because trading view, like I have Market Cipher and I could show you the charts and stuff, but I'm not logged in. I gotta log in. I'll do it. You know, maybe I'll start doing that from now on. 69 cents, up 27.7%. You know what? I have an lithium wallet on my other PC that I need to mess with. Let's see, 90 days. The lithium's dude, everything's on a tear, man. Everything. You know, let's look at Solana after this. Solana's doing pretty good too. It's 21 cents up to, what is it at now? 60 something? Geez, 70. Just about 70 cents. Damn. Solana's taking a friggin' ride too. Solana. I don't know why Sol didn't bring it up. $73. 14.4%. Mr. Royce, are you here, buddy? You still got that? You still holding your Solana? Good for you if you are. Congrats, buddy. Congrats. Look at this. On a tear. Just, it's a consistent up, though. Consistent uptrend. Here at the 180 day. Actually, no, let's go to max. I want to see. This, so it was at one point over 250 bucks. If it goes back there, you guys can make some sick gains. Sick gains. Raven coin went up a penny, I think. I saw that yesterday. Raven coin. 2 cents. 2.2. Up 0.9%. Check out the 30 day on it. See, I mean, like, I guess you don't really want to hear much about certain coins. But, like, Raven coin's been kind of just blah for, like, ever. I wanted to get back up here. I should have sold it when it was up here, man. 20 cents. That's crazy. I remember seeing this though. This is when I was in it. I mined Raven coin back here, and I ended up grabbing it or holding it all the way down to below where it is. Excuse me. Yawning. How are the nodes doing? Good question. Good question. They haven't crashed a stream yet, so we're doing pretty good, I think. Yeah, they're doing pretty good as far as I know. I asked for my first payout, but I did not get it yet. Raven coin's market cap, actually, where are we? We're at 264 million. Man, people are really into Raven, huh? I think everyone's just kind of holding it. At least my opinion. Let's see. A rising tide lifts all ships. Everything will go up while BTC is pumping, and you are correct, sir. Everything will eventually go up. Just takes time. Just takes time. Let's see. Let's go back to CoinGecko and just see if there's anything that sticks out before we get out of here. I do have to go drive around today with my Hivemapper because why the hell not? ETC, actually, Ethereum Classic has been on a little bit of a bump. $21, right? I think that, to be honest, I think I might start stacking bags of Ethereum Classic again. It's probably a good idea. That's just my opinion. I mean, the all-time high was 167 bucks. It's, I do think that Ethereum Classic, the original Ethereum, will have a run up once again. I do personally, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. Oh yeah, ETC POW. Duh. Probably look at that. Let's see what ETC POW's at. $2.50, 253. So claiming the 100 ETC POW my node made. If you guys didn't see that video, last Saturday I made a video of ETC MC nodes, like a complete how-to. No affiliation with those guys. I don't care if you do it or not, but it's an easy way to make money, to be honest. As long as you guys follow the instructions and I guess register your node before you start it up, you should be good. So I ended up claiming 100, right? When I got, because you can only claim after you get to 100 ETC POW on the node, which took about 9 days, maybe 8 days or so. So 250 bucks in like 8 days. That was pretty freaking good. So hopefully I get the payout. I mean, that's the only thing I'm waiting on. Just waiting for the payout. As soon as I get it, I'll know it's legit. That's pretty much where it's at. You have the OG Hivemapper or the SMO. I have the OG Hivemapper, and I made, how much did I make actually? You know what, let me see. Let me get up Discord quick. Let me see, because I actually ended up making like, I think it was, I barely drove either. I think I drove Sunday. I had to go help my sister-in-law with the water heater, so that was one thing I had to go replace it for, because I'm a plumber, master plumber by trade, if anybody doesn't know. But the yeah, I only drove a little bit there and then like back and forth a little bit to the store. I made like 160 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I got a picture. before I swapped it. I swapped it all into USDC. Here it is. Bingo. Let me see. Get this open. That'd be helpful. Yeah, this is what I made for literally driving like maybe 20 minutes to my sister-in-law's house and then to the store, back and forth. Like, dude, it was 136 bucks literally to do like nothing. Grocery store, McDonald's with the kids, like Home Depot, nothing. Normal shit, like literally normal stuff. And that's how much I made from that stupid Hivemapper. No, I don't want to call it stupid now. I thought, like, I was totally skeptical about it the whole time, but shit, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's doing great. Look at, let's see. That's Honey. Again, if anybody's just joining, Hivemapper 18.8. It was at 19 cents when we looked at it at the beginning of the stream. But holy hell, like, look at this. It's on a tear. And I guess the so if anybody doesn't know like what it is, it's let me hold on, I'm trying to pull up the chat. If I can click on my own link, that'd be nice. Let me see. Will it open? It did. Okay, so this is the Hivemapper. Okay, it's actually, you know what, it's down $200 from where it was, 300 bucks. But dude, that was a week. I made $100 in a week. That's a steal. I need to get another one, to be honest. Put it in my other car. But so what they do is basically it's an AI driven dash cam, basically, where it takes pictures and it clarifies like road signs and stuff for like with AI technology to make your like more or less Google Maps more crisp, I guess, right? So you can see things cleaner. And they want to sell the mapping or the portions of the map to big companies so they can invest into like potentially building in certain areas or find out which areas are more you know, how much more traffic goes through this area than not, and things along those lines. So like for advertisement purposes and you know, stuff like that. It makes sense. So I mean, this thing's killing it. I don't know, I'm hoping it's gonna do well. It should overall. It's freaking crazy. But this is the older version. Yeah, this one, I want to try this one, but I don't know what the difference is. Like, do you get paid more to have this? If not, F that, dude. Buy the cheap one. Why do you need this? Because it looks cool? Because it's smaller? No, if it doesn't yield more, I'm buying the shit one. I don't care about this stupid big ass square. I don't care. That's fine. That works good for me. Why is this thing outside? Does this person have it outside on their hood? Why is it on their hood? That is, I don't recommend that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. That's a bad idea. What camera do you have from Hivemapper? This one right here, $300 one. This is the one I got. Ooh, actually, that's a good question. Good question. Ooh, okay, you know what, it might pay more, actually, now that you say that. Caveman Mining, capture 4K imagery 10 frames per second. Hold on, it might pay more, actually. I could be totally ignorant to the fact that I don't know this. 30 frames per second, so maybe that's why. Maybe it is better. Maybe you do get paid more. That'd be sick. Imagine if it was 3 times the amount. Then it would be a no-brainer. That would be a no-brainer. What? Is it 3 times? I gotta ask now. I gotta ask the question. Because that's dope. That'd be dope. That's really, it looks like a radar detector though. I feel like you pulled over for it. Yeah, let's see what the video says actually, real quick. Oh, there's no sound. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there we go. If I just did that from the beginning, it probably would have been better. But yeah, I guess it's got 3 cameras. I assume maybe each of them take 10 pictures every second. I don't know. That's crazy. Just drive 3 times slower. I don't think that. Let's see. Steven Cicero said it was asked in Discord. It's the same rewards. Oh, is it really? Then F that. F that. If it's the same rewards, no thanks. I'll do this one all day. $300 is half the price. I don't care if it's skinnier and it looks cooler. I'm not in it for cool. I'm not in it for looks. I'm in it for making money. Like, period. That's it. Why not? I'll do it if it's making money. If it's not making money, F that. All right, guys. I love you all. Unfortunately, I got to get out of here, but it is Friday. I'm going to leave you guys with a little something. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your work day. Don't work too hard. I'll catch you guys bright and early on the next one. Until then, peace out.
Yeah, I wish I could roll back time to that old Silk Road. I wanna hold till I can't no more. I'm gonna add crypto to my portfolio. I wanna hold till I can't no more. I got my crypto coming back soon. I'm back in the black too. Suck here in the bag. Now I'm feeling like a tycoon. Riding on a Lambo. You can live with FOMO. I've been through the dips. When it's low, I was buying more. Now I got my money on the blockchain. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Can't nobody stop my campaign. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. I'ma buy some Bitcoin, hold it like the big boys. Ride it to the moon on my Lambo or my Rolls Royce. Now I got these altcoins, they don't make the big noise, but they make the big rips. Call me crypto cowboy. Now I got my money on the blockchain. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Can't nobody stop my campaign. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Yeah, I wish I could roll back time to that old Silk Road. I wanna hold till I can't no more. I'm gonna add crypto to my portfolio. I wanna hold till I can't no more. Backyard garage, solar powered area. Spend a lot of money trying to mine that Ethereum. Boy, I got a habit, I'ma bounce right back. And I'm addicted, I become a cryptomaniac. You see, I got no stocks and I got no gold. I'm all in, all I do is I buy crypto. Wish I could roll back time to that old Silk Road. I wanna hodl till I can't no more. Wish I could roll back time to that old Silk Road. I wanna hold till I can't no more. I'm gonna add crypto to my portfolio. I wanna hold till I can't no more.
Have a good day, guys. Happy Friday.
This hash rate's going bonkers.